Okay, so I got a few dropshipping ideas. I don't want to make a bunch of separate videos for them, so I'm just going to include all these in one free idea. Let me go through my notes here. The thing is, the struggle for me is setting up the stores. The things that's easy for everyone else, that everyone else goes like, this is the easy part. The hard part is figuring out the product. I can figure out the product. I can figure out the product and I can figure out creative ways to advertise that are effective, cheap, and that nobody else is doing. This is my strength. I can come up with this shit consistently. I've been able to in the past, and I can guarantee that I will come up with it in the future for businesses I don't even know I'll get into. So, my strength is my creativity, not my work ethic or conscientiousness. Working with someone like that would allow me to create a lot more stores, but really the only stores I can make right now are not the most like highest potential ones, but just the lowest effort ones. Because I'm so fucking unwilling to put any effort into this. But here's some of the ones that would take a lot of effort, but they're good ideas. And all my ideas come with the understanding. Know this for all my ideas. They're all marketing plays. I know marketing better than I know anything else. All of them are marketing plays, and I have a vision for the marketing. I have a vision for how it could be successful and where you could play into it. And I've run my intuition so many times, and I've been right so many times. I've been able to predict video views down to like the week, is several months into the future, down to like the thousands of views when I'm predicting it in the hundreds of thousands or millions of views. Like, I'm really good with my predictions. I really have a fucking vision for this. Like, I spent all my time watching YouTube videos. That's like, I spent the majority of my life just on YouTube. So I'm really, like, this is my strength. This is what I'm familiar with. So understand that all my stores that I would come up with, I would not just say, oh, this is a good niche for, no, I would say how it needs to be marketed for it to be successful. So the first one that I pulled up here is the hacking tools one. I would want to make it a brand. I'd want to make it a brand, but that would be kind of tricky. There are a few hacking brands out there, but they're not really super well known, and they kind of all just stay in their lane. You know, the hacking community is a really strict community. Like with the products they buy and the businesses that they consume from, they're really picky, really demanding. This wouldn't work on the actual hacking community. This would work on the wannabe skids who are like 12 years old on TikTok, and that's where it would be marketed. It's really easy to market this kind of thing to TikTokers who have a child audience. And like, each TikToker will have their own understanding of it. You go to a TikToker with 1 million followers, they'll have an understanding on how to go viral, but you let them know, like, you want to show off, like, we'll bullshit the whole thing. Like, you pretend to hack in this phone, but it'll just be our phone, and we'll make sure you're able to get into it and things like that. And we did it before with like the dark web websites in the past. Hire a hacker, and I just put I made a Telegram account, changed my name to like Rent a Hack or whatever. We put that in the video, like, oh, this is the person I'm contacting, and I got literally hundreds. Literally, I was getting a message, I shit you not, every 30 seconds. At least every 30 seconds. For like the first 8 hours that the TikTok was posted, it got a 1,700,000 views in the first hour. So these kinds of TikToks work really well. And hella people were like, oh, I'll pay you if you can hack this girl's Facebook, if you can hack my ex's, Instagram, whatever, this private Instagram. And so like, you could very easily scam a lot of people like that. I didn't do it, but I could have. Basically, this has to be done with normie creators. Eventually, you'd actually want to transition this into YouTube. You'd want to start sponsoring the dark web YouTubers, the fucking, like J Station. I ordered a mystery box off the dark web, that kind of shit. You want to sponsor those people because they have really like stupid normie audiences. No viewer of Mudahar is gonna fall for a dropshipping site. Hackers don't fall for dropshipping sites. They make the dropshipping sites. They automate the dropshipping sites. But yeah, literally like those old videos, like from Everything Apple Pro, for example, like big YouTubers are able to do this. He made videos on like the Wi-Fi jammer, the USB killer, and all that stuff. And he was just like explaining how it works, where to buy it, and all that stuff. He definitely drove up the sales for those products like big time. I know because I bought them. So like that would also introduce like a really cool reputation thing, you know, for hacking sites or for people that want to be in the community, because everybody wants to be part of this community. They could be like, oh, I totally know how this thing works, and they could talk with hackers, right? Not really, but they could be like, oh, so what have you done? They could say some bullshit story, and they could be like, this is how you use this tool, this is where you can get it from. It's crazy that it's not illegal yet, but it'll be illegal soon, so it gives you an unfair advantage in this way. And that's actually what gets people. It's the basilisk. It's the unfair advantages. If you really want to sell a product to the degenerates in the modern day, the growing population, you have to give people the allure of an unfair advantage over others. Like that's why ChatGPT worked. ChatGPT marketed itself as an unfair advantage through memes, through all the like the South Park episode, through you know, all the people that are making YouTube videos. Like, this is what you can do with ChatGPT. Start this business with ChatGPT. Make it so easy. And everybody that saw that thought to themselves, if I don't use this, I will be left behind. If you can make people feel the fear of being left behind if they don't have your product, they will buy your product. And this isn't that strong for hacking tools as much as you might think, as alluring as hacking tools might sound. People are when they go down the rabbit hole where they're actually getting ready to buy something, they start to realize just how flooded like all these like bullshit, like a lot of this shit is just for show, and they realize that quickly, being in the hacking community. Like, bro, this is a fucking Ben 10 watch, like it's a toy, like they're all toys, you know. But like there's interesting things you could do. Like, you can allow people to pay for it in any cryptocurrency. I don't think dropshipping stores really do that, do they? I don't think most of them. Maybe some of them do. Maybe some of them have a different integrated POS system. POS is the S? Does that stand for system? But yeah, it was actually a pretty exciting world, and for people that, in order to get people to spend money, you have to make them spend the first dollar, first cent. The moment someone is willing to part with $1, they're willing to part with a lot more. Getting someone to spend that first purchase is really where it's tricky. It's why Twitch just gives away free money to people contingent that they spend it on streamers, so that way they'll get used to it and they'll want to spend more and more money on streamers. When people spend money on something, they cognitive dissonance themselves into thinking that that thing has value because they spent money on it, because they must have thought about it deeply and put in the effort to really see if it was truly worth it, you know? So in order to like live with themselves, they convince themselves that it was actually worth it, even if it wasn't. Like, companies will spend $1,000 trying to get back something that they spent $2 getting, you know, rather than letting it go and buying it again for $2. Like, the more bloated and less mindful an entity is, the more emotional it gets about money. And in the hacking community, in the normie hacking community, there's hella people making a bunch of money. Making money, spending money. They're speculating on crypto. They're buying and selling crypto whenever, just trying to figure it out. And some of them have like, oh, I got like $700 in my Coinbase account, or BlockFi, or whatever, Exodus, or whatever, you know? And offering them the ability to, because dude, that vibe was amazing. When I was little and when there was like no regulation on Bitcoin, those are the fucking days, man. It was such a great, like, I'd literally be, there used to be iPhone apps, by the way, where you could earn Satoshi. There were iPhone apps that were like little games. They were the shittiest made games. They're games that were made in one fucking day. You can get somebody on Fiverr to make them. But it was like killing the aliens. An ad would show up every 10 seconds. And it's like Space Invaders bullshit. Like a bunch of like knockoff games. Reused sprites everywhere. But really it was, the thing is, like, they were not actually games. They were just ways to convince Apple that, like, oh, totally, put it on the App Store. This is so people can actually play the game. But really it was You watch the ads, and in the meantime, while you're killing the aliens or whatever, you're getting like a handful of Satoshi, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, whatever. And back then it didn't mean much. Now you would not get that kind of deal on. Maybe you would. Advertising's gone up like big time in how much revenue can be earned per ad, like CPM just across the board across the entire internet. So maybe it's adapted. But yeah, dude, I was able to make like a couple $100, but that was because I was collecting Bitcoin back when it was like $30. Legit, if you think about it, like hundreds of millions of dollars have been paid out to like kids like me, like how I was, completely tax free. The government had no idea of any of it. All the money I ever earned with crypto, the government does not know about it for shit, dude. And it was a beautiful time where, look, I lost a lot of money in crypto. Like I at one point I sold all my Bitcoin. I had a bunch of Bitcoin. I sold all of it when it was at $136. Because I'm like, this is the fucking strongest currency in the world. This is phenomenal. $136. Like, this is as good as it's gonna get, bro. There's no way it goes higher than this. I was like 13. I didn't fucking know any better. But like, nobody could have seen this coming. Did you invest in Bitcoin back then? Were you able to see this coming? If you were at that time, you would have said it was a good investment. I made money from that. But then I just went and spent it on like CSGO cases and like random shit like that, you know? And so kids that are speculating with crypto, they're already buying and selling. They already have money that they're ready to part with. They don't know what to do with it. They can't spend it anywhere. Let them spend it here. Hacking tools. So that could also be the community that you market to, you know? Put ads up on fucking stake.com if they take ads. I doubt they take ads. They make plenty of money without it. In fact, I literally, because these social media websites like listen to know what you're saying. I literally just found this ad. This is not an ad. I mean, you know what? In all honesty, it probably is an ad, but it's not marked as sponsored or anything. And it's like shit like that, bro. This has 185,000 views. And then if you look at the hashtags, it's HackRF, HackerPhone, like Phone, Flipper Zero. I know about the Flipper Zero, they're for keys, because I tried to, never mind. Flipper and hashtag Hack the Planet. And there's over 1,000 comments, 1,117 comments. He was like, which Flipper Zero is that? And this dude's like, this does not read NFC. So people are talking about it. There's a solid discussion. And I think that's a pretty good ratio of views to comments, honestly. I think this kind of thing would drive sales. Even if that kind of device was like $200, a bunch of little kids would buy that shit for sure. Because kids like me, like what I was when I was a kid, they have money to spend somehow. They figured it out. They went on all the hack forums, alternative sites, raid forums, rest in peace, and all these things. And they found ways to make bullshit money through this and that and selling some fucking ebook or something, like some scam or something. They figure something out and they have some money, a little bit. It's tax free. It's only in crypto and they don't know how to spend it. Offer them an outlet to spend it and make it exciting for them. This second one here is a real simple one. I'm gonna go through these a little quicker. This one is the Gag Gifts store.
It's the best one yet. Just want to remind you all that you have the ability to buy 10 cubic meters of granite and just ship it anywhere you want. To an elderly home, to an orphanage, to a school again. It costs approximately $99 and weighs approximately 60,000 pounds. Again, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you to get 10 friends and pool in $10 each to make this happen. But if you're thinking about it, just want to...
Yeah, those kinds of things. I'm like, what? There's plenty of these where people are like, oh, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of fucking ladybugs and release them in New York and cause ecological catastrophe. Like, these stores are funny as fuck. Like, being able to ship all this stuff, it's just gag gifts. But like, extreme gag gifts, I don't think anyone's done a store where they've combined all that shit and just had it linked, because it's not even them that's selling it. They're just linking back to the dropshipping thing. And it definitely won't be $100. Obviously. Shipping cost is not going to be $100 for 10 fucking tons of concrete or whatever the hell he said. Ah, yes. The dumbest things you can buy on the internet right now. Which is like, bro, people have made dropshipping ads for this one, the ostrich pillow, marketing it as a good product, and it's gotten sales. Like a lot of these are really stupid, but some of these, this is cool. The bleeding bath mat, dude, I would buy that. That's not even a gag gift. That's actually pretty cool. The giant bread pillow, that's pretty cool too. The 21 weirdest, most hilarious things you can buy on Amazon. Number 1, the mini hand squirt. So it's like a bunch of stupid shit. I'm like, I don't think it would be hard to throw a bunch of these products on there. The tricky part of the store is advertising. That's the tricky part, honestly. Getting people to buy these kinds of things, it's got to be done on an individual level per product with some kind of appeal to some kind of particular audience. I don't think Gag Gifts, like the same kind of ads could apply to all of it. The whole encouraging people to be rebellious, and ship someone like a bunch of like a box of fucking termites or something like that, like that kind of stupid shit, that kind of crazy shit. If you can offer some anonymity with it, that's something I can market. I don't think for the future, like longevity of my career, that it's the business I should get into, but I think it would work. I'm not saying you should do it. I think it would work though. Burrito blanket, that's kind of cool. A lot of these just capitalize off of the fact that most people are like today, most people in the West are like slaves to their desire for cuteness. Boredpanda.com, worst things for sale. Spinal tape, cookies and cream Oreos. That's not a dumb thing. That probably actually tastes pretty good, honestly. Black toilet paper. That's gotta be like some, what's it called? Forever chemicals or whatever. There's gotta be some crazy shit that it does to you. That's definitely gonna lower your T. I don't have any proof of that. This is not slander or nothing. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on it. This video right here, it's by Mr. Who's the Boss. I bought the most cursed, in all caps, tech on the internet, and tech has a capital T in the beginning. It has 10 million views, and it's from 4 months ago. Amazon affiliate links, Amazon US and Amazon UK. You put them in the description. So it's like, I bought the most cursed tech, right? And it's like a bunch of stupid shit from Amazon. I think this store would work pretty well if somebody like has a bunch of time on their hands and they want to just compile all this shit. Then it would work more like a blog than anything else. They have everything listed on there and they just collect Amazon affiliate money rather than actually handling fulfillments themselves, because a lot of this is going to be bullshit. And redirecting people to Amazon to collect your little commission, with enough traffic, it could work. Again, it's I've seen plenty of people all go like, yeah, you need profit margins, like good profit margins on drop shipping. If you can't sell your product, if you can't price your product at 3 times the total cost it takes for you to get that product shipped and delivered at the door, like all things considered, not including any advertising, then you cannot make a profit. You need to be able to sell it for 3 times as much. Like I've heard plenty of people say that, and people follow that as like a general rule of thumb a lot of the time, Dude, that's a 67% profit margin. 66.6% repeating profit margin. Amazon affiliates will give you at most 5% commission. So it's a lot of work that results in very little money. It's not like such a complicated thing. You don't have to do that much. But I think it's a better business for someone to start if they're like 16 and they got a lot of time on their hands and they're willing to lose some time, because it's not like they'll lose any money, They won't lose any money running this store. It's a blog, but they might lose some time. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm willing to spend some money to lose some money and hopefully make some money. Another thing is, on the same vein of marketing towards boys and men who are interested in technology, yet getting the normies who don't actually understand dropshipping and aren't able to spot it. Because you would think that they're able to spot it. Like men, you would think that they're able to spot it, But a lot of them don't. And the kinds that don't are like the atheist liberal, like they don't, like I said earlier, the best thing I said in this video, the best idea I gave in this video was the basilisk philosophy, like mentality that people have where they want an advantage over others. So the idea was a tech, like wearables tech store, specifically for wearables, for Google Glass, for the HoloLens, for the Apple, whatever the augmented reality headset, for like the smartwatches, all that stuff. Like And then for everything else, and then you expand it and have like the earpieces and Neuralink and fucking everything, and you just make it like a blog, like a website where there's like a forum, you embed a Reddit subreddit or whatever, and you have the whole thing running, and you can kind of play into the marketing because this is the Matrix. So you could have like the Matrix theme running in the background with the numbers, you know, going down and all that shit, which is also kind of symbolic of people's, they're taking green numbers and it's being run down, you know, they're letting their green numbers go down in their bank account. Subliminal messaging. I think the store would be brutally tricky to run. However, I think it would be immensely meaningful. If somebody wants to make the store with me, I'm willing to help you out and do advertising because I want to understand the psychology of it. I want to understand the depth of human behavior in this particular field of life because it's indicative of the information age and the revolution that's going to happen in the future. So it would be really, really insightful to understand people that want to take the blue pill, people that want the whole world to take the blue pill. It would be really insightful to dig deep into their minds and figure out what makes them click, you know? Because people that sell shit are not these people. Salesmen are not people that would take the blue pill. Look at this, bro. BO_AT smart ring unboxing. This is the future. Shit like this. It 3.5 million views from 2 months ago.
जी हाँ, ये है बोट का स्मार्ट रिंग फर्स्ट जनरेशन Gen 1 एंड बेसिकली आपका जो स्मार्ट वॉच करता है सभी
So, and also it's in Hindi, if you couldn't tell. I think it's Hindi. I don't know. That's also another thing, is like every one of these stores you can run, especially the ones where you're capitalizing off of the Matrix, off of the Wired, off of the Borg, off of the human instrumentality, off of the whatever the hell you want to call it, the singularity, right? If you want to capitalize off the people that are succumbing to the Matrix and just submitting to it and letting the world go to shit, and you want to leech their life force away from them, leech their money away from them, milk them while they're still alive, you know? Because their genes are not going to propagate. They're not going to have kids. They're going to have like virtual kids, a virtual wife and a virtual kids. Their genes are not going to pass on. But you know, while they're still alive, you want to sap away some of their income, some of their money. There's ways to do it, and people are really scummy with the way they do it. Like fucking Californian government just stole like $12 billion of taxpayer money to help the homeless people, and they gave like $1 million salaries to like charity owners and things like that, which is like, it's complete bullshit. Obviously, everyone knows this. But hey, if they're willing to fuck up the world like this, I can live with myself doing a little bit of damage to earn a lot of like life-changing money for myself, and then get out of the business and never get into this business again. If anyone wants to get into it with me, I think diving into the psychology of it would be fascinating, and I think I would learn a lot. So it would be a great learning experience. I don't even have to make much money on it, but I'd want a percentage. But I'm not gonna do it myself. But hit me up if you want to. Also, another store is, it solves a problem, like kind of, not really, but I can't sleep without a fan. But I can't have the fan pointed at my face, otherwise it's really, really difficult to sleep. And I get really dry eyes. I have dry eyes right now. Like I went to the eye doctor and all this stuff, even when I was a kid. I've just had like chronically dry eyes pretty much my entire life. And so the ceiling fan and shit like that, I can't use that. I need fans that are oscillating, pointed at the rest of my body except for my face. Either that or I need an eye mask for like when I'm traveling and shit. Because other people are not gonna be accommodating of that kind of thing, you know? I can never ask them if that's, I can have hot air blowing on my face sometimes, like in the car. If it's like humid air and things like that, then it's fine, then it doesn't feel so bad. But only for a little bit. Dude, even when I was a kid, I was like 11, 12 years old, and the doctors would be like, yeah, we recommend just like getting eye drops to like take them regularly, you know, just to keep your eyes from drying out. This would not solve that problem. And this is about me problem, this is nobody else. But I thought about that and I'm like, what could solve that problem? Wait a second, silent fans. Fuck solving the problem, this is the market. I'd like go to like Home Depot or like Walmart or whatever with people, and we'd just be walking around, we'd come across these like the Dyson fans, I don't know what they were, but the bladeless fans, the really tall ones, or the ones that are like the circular, but the bladeless fans with no blades in the middle, but really they have blades inside the slits that are in the circle thing and all that. And they're supposed to be really quiet, so that's pretty cool. But they're like $3,000 or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. Who's buying this? And so I'm like, they gotta be Chinese. And even if they're not, I'll integrate Amazon with my Shopify store. Like, I don't care if they're $400. If I could sell them for $1,200, that's a great deal. These are actually super high ticket items. Expensive, like high-end luxury fans is a really high ticket item. I looked on AliExpress. I can't find any good ones that have consistent quality that you can actually rely on to build a brand. And then once again, you know, as I was thinking about this, Instagram was fucking reading my mind, and I saw this post, which this is not that crazy. I see posts like this all the time, but it's that sleep science guy on Joe Rogan who was talking about the brain temperature.
Needs to drop its temperature by about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate sleep. And that's the reason that you will always find it easier to fall asleep in a room that's too cold than too hot. You can even look at studies where people sleep semi-naked, and that also seems to improve their sleep, and they get a little bit more deep sleep too. Or better still, have a hot bath. When you get into a bath, you get vasodilation.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like the idea of getting into a sauna and like heat exposure, you know, whatever the hell it's called, like stress response, right? And you go to sleep in a room that's significantly colder than the fucking sauna, obviously. But I like that idea a lot. I gotta watch that podcast again. I've only watched like 15 minutes of it with Austin, who like watched the whole thing. This other dude who showed it to me, he's like, oh bro, you gotta watch this podcast. I gotta fix my sleep. So there's money that I would be spending in this industry, potentially, like with like nasal strips and all that to help me breathe, because my nose is broken. So I thought like, okay, if I'm spending money on this, then there's definitely money to be made on this. But honestly, I don't have a vision for it. I did for a little bit, but I lost my vision for it. And if I don't have a vision for it, I've never made anything happen that I don't have a vision for. Another one was like a man cave type store. But then I would evolve it into just like a fun men who are just who are making money. They live alone, they have their own apartments, they're like 22 years old, and they just want to buy exciting shit. They're going through like like a quarter life crisis, because nowadays everyone's fucking miserable. So I'm like, why not buy some like, you know, like adult toys, you know? But not like, okay, not adult toys, not like sex toys. Toys like Legos and shit like that, but upgraded for adults, like go-karts and shit like that, you know? Look, stuff like this.
Hey everyone, Micah here at ebikeschool.com, and today I am unboxing my new electric boat. Now, just a refresher, in case you didn't see my last video, which I'll link up here.
So he gets that $1,000 electric boat from China, a $1,000 electric boat. I could sell it for $3,000. It's a pretty high ticket item, honestly. And then I could sponsor YouTubers like this and show like, oh yeah, they're using the boat on the water, and they have their own like little lake in the backyard. You got a neighborhood lake, you could just take it there. People would probably not use it because these are shit products, but I feel like it would get sales. Or like this one.
You're not gonna believe what's inside.
There you go. Let's come in close.
This is an officially licensed Lamborghini.
Open that up. Oh, chassis number 411.
See this? Just unlock it and...
This is my point of view. Got my speedometer right there. Mode selector.
Oh my... $3,500. Limited edition Lamborghini go-kart. What could be better?
What could be better is like anything else for $3,500, because you can get go-karts like that for much, much cheaper. $1,000 even for a go-kart like this is kind of overkill. You saw how wobbly it was when he took it apart like that? Look at the people in the comments. It's decided to flex a $3,500 price tag. What could be better? The 3.5K in my bank account. This dude's like, wow, 25 miles per hour. That's insane. It's as fast as my bicycle. What could be better? My $50 gas-powered go-kart I built myself. That's insane. No one, that's cap. He did not build a go-kart for a gas-powered go-kart for $50. To have sturdy materials to actually have fun with it and whip it around, good handbrake and all that shit, you need a couple $100s at least. But that's, you know, regardless, people are aware that this is the kind of thing that does not cost $3,500. But if I could charge $3,500 for it, this video is like 18 million views, by the way. No, it doesn't. 27 million views from 10 months ago. To be fair, it's on Supercar Blondie's channel, that fucking pathetic dumbass bitch. And also, it's a short, so it has an advantage with views. But, oh shit, never mind. 123 likes on 27 million views. Jeez, dude. So yeah, I don't have that much of a vision for it anymore. I had a bit of a vision in the beginning. Where it started off as like a man cave store idea where I'm like, let me just have like a few things that are like really cool AliExpress things that I have a markup on. And then let me have other things that are Amazon Associates affiliate links. So that way I can make the whole website like the one-stop shop for like people who want to stock up their man caves. Like, and I would market it, the way I would market it, a really creative way is put it in the Watch While High playlists. Like put the products, ads and things like that in the Watch While High playlists. This is what I've seen. People, when they're high, they're significantly more enthusiastic about interior design. If they come here and they get high, they'll be like, yo, we gotta put these LEDs over here and we gotta get a thing like this. And people think about all that. And it's very impulsive. But if I manage to put like a video of someone showing their setup and I'm like, this is where I got this pool table, I got this ping pong table, I got this foosball table, I got this poker table, I got this air hockey table, I got just like man cave stuff in general. They're like, I stocked up my fucking man cave and here's what it is, and they show cool shit and they have cool visuals. In the same way there's those like Instagram reels and shit like that where it's like no commentary, no voice, just like music and like cool visuals of someone's basement, screens everywhere, like gamers paradise type shit. Like those kinds of videos, I would pay people that have popular Watch While High playlists on YouTube to drop them in those playlists like temporarily. I don't want to fuck up their playlist for too long, but I think that would get sales. That's my marketing in. That's my angle that I don't think anyone really uses, and I think it would work. You see, like I got ideas, bro. I got PTSD. I got potential to stack dough. My ideas are like, here's a little in on YouTube where you can use this area to promote, where they would accept very little money because they're not even making... People that own the Watch While High playlist, the popular ones on YouTube, you just search up Watch While High hit playlist, they're not making any money from it. They might make a little if they're really smart about it. But literally go on them and be like, yo, $1,000, put it on your thing. They're guaranteed to put it on there. $1,000 is not that much for that kind of marketing, bro. You're getting like the precise people. You're getting the exact people you're trying to market to. Perfect, flawless targeted marketing for $1,000. Guaranteed they watch it. And they're probably high as fuck, so they're lazy, sitting back, phone in one hand, fucking like McDonald's nuggets in the other hand, like a sandwich in the other hand, and they're going like, oh shit, this is so cool. Oh, this website with like a simple name that I can just look up right now? Cool, got it, let me go there right now. And then they go on the website and ta-da! So that's the in. Another one is affordable smart home items. So like, and a lot of these are very, very high ticket. That's why I like this. This is not something that I have a vision for. It's just something I thought of, and I was actually planning on just telling someone about this to give it away to them. Like, yo, you can have this idea, you know? Security systems, things that offer like good automation, a good app, smart locks, security cameras, smart thermostats, voice controlled assistants, and it would be appealing to like very Dunning-Kruger's Valley tech savvy homeowners, you know? Because anybody who actually knows anything about tech does not want this shit in their home. I know a guy who's an IT expert, like he does IT as a job. He does everything analog. He doesn't have a smart fucking fridge. He doesn't have a smart home, a smart Alexa, no smart locks, no smart thermostat. He still uses his fucking fireplace occasionally, like a wood fireplace. He grills outdoors and all that shit. It's like, these are people that truly understand technology. If you really understand technology, you would not want any of this stuff in your place. No smart lights, no smart mouse pad, all this bullshit, bro. You would not want any of this. This stuff that could just turn on its camera at any given moment and you have no idea where it's sending the signal to. It's connected through Ethernet, like your smart TV and all that. These are all also basilisk things that you can sell to like normies. And that's what this is. This is very similar vein to the tech like wearables thing. This is just smart home tech for people who think they're tech savvy, but really they're not, because the people that truly understand technology know how dangerous it is. I don't think you can dropship a lot of the high ticket items though. Like for example, there's like the, you know, home appliances, like refrigerators and washing machines and dishwashers and all that shit. Those are all high ticket items. Imagine like a smart water heater. Who the fuck has that? But that's probably a new thing that's gonna pop off in the future, you know? You target homeowners, you target moms who like have a bunch of their husbands money to spend to like renovate their home, kitchen remodeling and all that shit. Girls that want to be, ooh, look at me, I know all about the interiors. Let me put a nice little couch right here. Oh, don't sit on the couch the wrong way, you'll crease the couch. And you know, they're fucking like pathetic people, like genuinely pathetic, and they don't know how to live life, and they prevent their kids from living their lives because they want everything to look pretty. And then also like the feminine dudes who are like tech enthusiasts, you know? Those kinds of people that like get super obsessive over this kind of shit. These are people that would actually go through and be like, oh, if it's a good comparison on the website, God, if it looks nice and all that shit, this is the place I'm gonna buy it from. At the very least, you can have affiliate links for a lot of this stuff. A lot of it would be like cheap home, smart home alternatives, like the Govee or Yi lights instead of Hue lights. You're like, oh, you want Hue lights? These are the cheaper alternatives. You want this thing? This is the cheaper alternative. And it works just as good, even though they don't. And Hue lights truly are the best. They're just mad fucking expensive. What can you do? But yeah, that's that idea. The last store that I wanted to create was a store called Joy-Con Boys for Etika. Joy-Con, Joyconboyz. And if you don't, like, I think, I didn't know this before, I think the name comes from Joy Boy, but Joy-Con Boys. Joy Boy not as in like, oh, that rhymes, Joy Boy. Joy Boy isn't from One Piece. But yeah, the guy who's selling Etikons, Captain Alex or something like that, which is like really fucking weird because there's the movie Who Killed Captain Alex, 10 out of 10 movie. I just keep thinking of that every time I hear his name. I think his name is Captain Alex, where he was the one selling the Etikons, which were Etika branded Joy-Cons. If you don't know who Etika is, he's a content creator, killed himself. Great content creator. One of the best, in my eyes, the highest energy Twitch streamer to ever live, like authentically. But yeah, he got a cease and desist from Nintendo and had to take his shit down. You can't sell it anymore. But I'm like, bro, it was a stupid little misunderstanding. We could totally sell Etikons if we just get the proper licensing, you know? If we don't sell them with Nintendo branding and all that, trying to capitalize off of their business, which they weren't, but it was just an accident. And then I filled the rest of the website with like affiliate links, like Amazon affiliate links to all the other special kinds of Joy-Cons. So that way it's like all in one place. So like I have a Joy-Con collection. We have, I think, 18 Joy-Cons in this living room right here. So it would be nice to have like a space, like a little spot. Etika had a Joy-Con collection behind him on that shelf where he would stream on his left. It would be a cool little thing to have it all in one place. Very simple store to set up. You go through all the Joy-Con designs, put them all on there, one-time thing. You may need to maintain the website like once a month. This one in particular would require really, really robust SEO. That's the tricky part to this one. There's already plenty of Joy-Con Boys and Etika, For Real Facts, like stores and all that shit that sell like merch, like Redbubble, you know, bullshit merch, like people are just capitalizing off of it. I would also use this to like, this would play into building a brand. I would make like a Joy-Con Boys like YouTube channel where we take all the modern versions of Etika, all the people that spun off from Etika's death that filled the void of content that he left, the Tumads, the low tier gods, and the fucking, maybe even fucking I'm Dante's, you know? Like all these people, you get them all on there and you license like, hey bro, let me put your clips on there. You make funny edits like Aurora or I'm Salt or Rose Kami or Rap Battle. All those people that used to make edits for Etika. Yeah, but like you make interesting edits for them. You put them on the channel. You make it a whole brand. Who knows where you can expand from there, you know? I thought of this idea actually when I saw this.
Purpose, you're just existing, you're not doing anything for yourself, man. I'm telling you, it rots you. You have to ensure that there's at least something that you're living for, that you're going for, that you're always going to be like passionate about, that you're striving towards. Because if you're not doing anything, like I mean, you could be a stay-at-home mom. That would have been great. But when you're not doing jack shit, and you're just like existing with no sort of goal or direction or goal, it will fucking turn your brain into mush.
This dude spent his whole career trying to rationalize why he felt the way that he did and trying to give himself a reason to keep living. But in the end, it didn't even work out. Sad story. But I saw that video and that like got me out of bed. That woke me up. I'm like, it's other people can like say whatever the fuck they want. Me personally, bro, fuck all. I'm never gonna be ashamed to say this. Etika never failed to inspire me. Like he never failed. Like if I was ever feeling down, I watch Etika. I'm like, fuck, he's right. I gotta fucking do something, and I'd be excited to do it. It's not some envy type hustle where I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I survive. I weather the storm when the Great Reset happens. It was like I'm excited to make my life into something, you know? Fuck what everybody else has. fuck all trying to compare myself to everybody and trying to be at their level. I'm just excited to be the best version of myself that I can be. That's the feeling I got when I watched Etika going all these like inspirational rants. That video also, you know, it's not like a great one, but you know, it's one of them. He do this all the fucking time. But that was what inspired me to go like, Etika's content is timeless. Other Twitch streamers will die. Like, let's be fucking honest here. Who the fuck watches Rectful's clips today? Like, rest in peace to Rectful, legendary streamer, OGest of the OG, truly. But yeah, where are his numbers? Like, now that he's gone, when was the last time anyone's mentioned him or talked about him? Genuinely, nobody cares. But people still watch Etika, hella. Maybe it's just the bubble that I'm in. I didn't watch that much Rectful. I watched a lot of Etika, so maybe it's just I see it because it's in the bubble that I'm in. Maybe people are watching Rectful, but I doubt it. I doubt people are watching it the same way people are watching Etika. Etika dying. Etika is like the XXXTentacion of streaming. Like, he's not the greatest streamer. He had a very specific, very unique energy that's very difficult to replicate. He didn't make the best content, and he died in his prime. It's straight up, he died in his prime, just like X. And after he died, he became significantly more famous after. Like, people did not know Etika before he died. My brother, like, we went to New York the week after he died, saw the bridge that he jumped off from and all that shit, the Brooklyn Bridge, I think. But like, for like my brother, like, he saw it on Twitter. He's like, oh my god, yeah, Etika, that guy who killed himself. Like, he did not know about Etika beforehand. There's no way he would have known. But everybody knows about him now. So he made some good content, timeless content, and even dropping clips today of Etika would probably go viral. This, I feel like, is a pretty. Is this an old clip or a recent clip? Let me check. Yeah, bro. March 15th, 76,000 likes. Yeah, 600,000 views posted a couple months ago. So they still get views. He's been dead since 2018. So it's been 5 years and he's still getting views whenever anybody posts him. And it's not like he's around to fucking copy strike any of these people. And not like he would have even when he was alive. He was always cool with people using his content. But I just felt like there's a brand to be made there. There's things to capitalize off of there. And as someone who watched Etika a lot and understands the appeal and rationalizes it and thinks about it, I could run that store. However, I don't want to get into business, into the same bucket of money that Nintendo likes to play around with without having some lawyer money, you know, just in case. But if other people, if you're cautious, you know what you're doing, and you're just gonna stay out of trouble and just sell Etika merch, like, bro, it would not be hard to take over and make like a whole Joy-Con Boys brand. Make a few YouTube channels out. You can make a few YouTube channels out of it, and then hire editors to automate that shit, clippers and all that stuff, to clip all these YouTubers and make it like common themes. And you could have a pretty successful brand running. Keep the Joy-Con Boys name running for like, you know, another 3-4 years maybe. But yeah, that's it. That's all the, god fucking damn it, I needed some water. That's all the free ideas I have for drop shipping. I got a few more ideas. I have a few ideas that I will execute on, but there might be some more that I release in another free idea in the future. Maybe. Okay, bye guys.
It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch. Let's get some pussy tonight.